You probably already know that in 2021, we will be playing a Let's Serve. What you may not know is why the rule is changed, or more importantly, what to do if you accidentally call a let. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. It rhymes with a wet pet at a vet. Like that?
At sunset, I think, right?
At sunset. It's that new serve thing, right? Another serve thing. All righty. Let us talk about it. Let's talk about the let serve. So we're going to dive right in. Maybe let's start kind of with that overview. Why was this considered, and kind of what was the recommendation on for this change?
Real quick, they had 124 rules and somebody wanted 125, and they said, let's do one more. And they said, that's a joke. Sorry. The impetus for it was there were times when a player would call a let and it was invalid. The ref deemed it invalid, and the ref called a fault on them, and that led to arguments. That was the foundation for removing the let serve.
That makes sense to me. And I got to tell you, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the ruckus is about myself. I'm like, as long as it applies both ways. Men's college tennis doesn't have a let rule anymore. Badminton, I looked this up because I was curious, because badminton, which I view as like the genesis of pickleball, does not have a net court let rule in badminton. The shuttlecock has to get stuck in the net for there to be a let. So I'm just not really seeing the big deal here, Don. It's fine as long as it applies both ways, I think. So what do you think, Don? I mean, it seems like it sounds like the thing that everybody's hair's on fire over this rule change, but I'm just like, it's just a let thing. Let's play pickleball, right?
If you're asking my opinion, I never had that issue happen to me, but other refs have, and it was enough of an issue to look at it, and they decided to remove it. So,
but I'm just saying, removing it doesn't to me materially change the game. It's just, if you hit a let, you hit a let. Sometimes it'll fall on the MVZ. Sometimes you get a weird one. You win a point here and there. But I'm thinking, what's the big deal? I don't get it.
I say this a lot on Facebook because that's where I do most of my texting about rules. It's probably just going to be an issue in fake Facebook land. Okay, that's what I say.
Don, you're bringing the truth tonight.
It's just an issue here on Facebook. It's never an issue on the court. So
we'll see. I think we lost all our Facebook viewers just now. All right, so CJ, I think let's jump into tournament. I want to
hang on 1 second. No, just 1 second, because on the Let's Serve, just wanted to just refresh, because I know we have some new people, and the question came up, is there in the new rules no more Let's Serves? It used to be that if the ball hit the net cord and it's landed beyond the non-volley zone, that it would be replayed. That's not the case anymore. So.
Right, and that's how CJ and I and Don. Well, Don's been working on it, but CJ and I have been reading the rule book for like 2 days, So we're like, yeah, exactly. So that rule no longer applies. If it hits the tape now or hits the net, goes over, and it's in, you play it. Don't go let. And they made it very specific. If you call let and there is no let, it's a fault on you. So don't be calling lets anymore after January 25th.
And what I would say is this: it's somebody who, not this year, but in previous years, plays indoors, right? And you were talking earlier about people who had a hard time hearing and things like that. It can be really difficult in an indoor situation to hear a let anyway.
Especially on those temporary nets, right? They just kind of brush over them.
Yep. So. Yep.
I do want to back up for 1 second. It's not a fault if you say the word let.
If you don't play
it's not a automatic fault. And these are in the scenarios which, like if the ref, I know refs are going to say it out of habit. Heck, I'm already trying to practice not zipping my mouth. So if I happen to say let out of habit, that's a ref error, replay. Let's say that as the ball comes over, hits the net, lands in, let's say the receiver says let. I hope the receiver plays it because it's not a dead. Don't stop the ball. There is an extreme case where, let's say the receiver hits it back over, and right as the opponent is about the third shot, let's say the receiver's partner says let, it can very well be a distraction.
Right.
So you very well could get a distraction fault called on you, but just to say the 3 letters let
Right.
is not a fault.
Obviously, what I meant was not saying the word, but playing it like a let. Don't play it like a
Yeah.
let. Play it.
Play
and then,
it.
you know,
Play
play
it.
the ball. So